Good morning, everyone. I'm Maria Ranieri, Professor of Educational Methods and Technology at the University of Florence, where I teach and research about innovative teaching technologies and educational practices. I also direct the Educational Technology Laboratory. In this video, we will dive into open educational resources within the STEM University Contest, exploring what OER are, how they function, and their impact on student learning and teaching innovation over the next few minutes. UNESCO defines open educational resources as learning, teaching, and research materials in any format and medium that reside in the public domain or are under copyright that have been released with an open license permitting no-cost access, reuse, repurposing, adaptation, and redistribution by others. This definition highlights three essential elements: free access, the role of digital technologies, since the resources are made available online, and the possibility to adapt and repurpose materials. The UNESCO further emphasizes that digital delivery ensures equitable and inclusive access, allowing users to consult resources anytime and anywhere, and fostering inclusion for people with disabilities or those from disadvantaged backgrounds. The concept of OER dates back to the early 2000s, with 2002 often cited as the symbolic starting point. This era saw the emergence of related sociocultural movements such as open source software, Creative Commons licensing, and Wikipedia. Growing interest in OER prompted organizations like UNESCO, the OECD, the European Union to track the development and adoption, revealing a rapid expansion of OER initiatives worldwide. The OECD, in particular, identified multiple advantages and benefits. OER align with the academic tradition of knowledge sharing, enhancing faculty reputation and institutional appeal. They also serve as powerful tools for lifelong learning, reaching audiences beyond traditional students. Nevertheless, the OECD report also highlighted several challenges. Technically, relying on digital materials can widen the digital divide if students lack reliable internet or devices. Institutions may need to offer offline or low bandwidth options. From the economical point of view, creating and updating high quality OER requires dedicated funding, staff time, and peer review, which can be hard to secure without institutional support. Socioculturally, differing levels of digital literacy among faculty and students as well can make adopting or adapting OER daunting, underscoring the need for training and peer networks. Legally, choosing or applying the correct open license, for example, CC BY, demands familiarity with copyright law, so clear institutional guidance is essential. A substantial body of research has examined OER quality. For example, Bass and colleagues conducted a study exploring how university instructors evaluate OER and whether collaborative dialogue shapes their perceptions. They identified 5 criteria used in quality assessment. First, content, referring to the relevance, accuracy, and structural coherence. Second, design, meaning the pedagogical soundness and diversity of learning modalities. And then usability, concerning the layout, the navigation, and the ease of access. Engagement, entailing the inclusion of exercises and interactive elements. Readability, referring to the clarity of language and the appropriate text length. The study found that through collaborative discussions, instructors became aware of licensing nuances, understand what each permit in terms of reuse and adaptation, and recognize that the intrinsic pedagogical and strategic value of OER is crucial. As a result, many developed a more positive outlook on adopting these resources. However, even those most enthusiastic about OER encountered practical challenges. Aligning open materials with specific learning outcomes, ensuring consistency in style and depth across modules, and managing the extra time required to integrate new content into established syllabi can be challenging. Indeed, these hurdles underscore the importance of institutional support during curriculum design, such as offering template repositories, embedding OER adaptation into courses, planning workflows, and providing dedicated time or incentives for faculties. The researchers, therefore, recommend not only fostering ongoing conversation among teachers' teams through regular workshops or online forums, but also delivering structured assistance like instructional design, consultation, and peer review networks to have a structure to tailor OER effectively to their course contexts. Integrating OER into higher education can substantially enhance student learning by enabling personalized material tailored to individual needs, particularly vital in rapidly evolving STEM fields. Beyond pedagogical flexibility, OER reduce the financial burden of textbooks or course materials. For instance, Samson and colleagues compared students' university chemistry course. Thus, using an OER textbook achieved learning outcomes equivalent to peers using a commercial text, demonstrating that cost-free alternatives need not compromise academic performance. From a social equity standpoint, the savings accrued through open textbooks can make higher education more accessible to all students. A comprehensive literature review by Hilton reinforces these findings, reporting that students using OER often express greater satisfaction and, in many cases, achieve equal or superior exam results compared to those relying on traditional resources. Despite clear benefits, adoption of OER remains limited in many universities. A primary barrier for instructors is the time and expertise required to locate, evaluate, and adapt high-quality resources that align with specific course objectives. To address this, UNESCO has issued guidelines for each stakeholder group in higher education. For academic staff, the recommendations emphasize strengthening competencies in OER evaluation, sharing, adaptation, and creation, promoting peer collaboration and engagement with online community of practice to build a supportive network for OER development. In summary, open educational resources offer significant benefits for students' learning and pedagogical innovation in university settings, especially within STEM disciplines. To fully harness their potential, we must equip faculty with the skills and support necessary to integrate OER effectively into curricula. In the next video, we will examine practical methods and tools for embedding OER in STEM higher education, guiding you through concrete strategies and real-world examples. Thank you.